Hey guys, I'm about ready to open the mail as I get organized and try to get everything put together, but I am tired and I need a drink. So let's make us a drink, and I think it's going to be one of my favorites. I've got my mug, got my name on it. If you guys want a mug with your name on it, the wonderful Savanah Morse over at Llivans Creations. Did she change her name? She might have, guys. I forgot. Anyway, Savanah Morse. I'm pretty sure that if you talk to her, she will be happy to create a mug for you with your name on it. Coke Zero, because that's the flavor I prefer. Blackberry syrup. Yummy, yummy. 1, 2, 3. That's enough. So I am going to enjoy my blackberry Coke, open the mail, get organized, and let's do a video. Hi guys! I opened the mail. I have not drunk a lot of my drink, but I will drink my drink as we go along. It's Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you're having a good one. I hope the drama has not got to you very much. You will notice that I tend to not speak about the drama very much because I firmly believe in don't feed the trolls. Just don't. Don't stoop to their level. Don't just, you know what? Water off a duck's back. Just let it roll along. I never speak to the thumbs down that I get, and I get them. It's okay. I never speak to the drama that goes on in Stitch Mania. It's okay. Other people have said very well thought out arguments and details on that. Even today I noticed that Katie had put a post in Stitch Mania stating what she thought and what she was going to do and the solutions. I read 3 comments. Third comment down, it had already interrupted into feeding the trolls. So we're just, you know. Anyway, hey! How are you? It's Monday. I had a good Monday. I don't know why I love Mondays. Well, I love Mondays because I get to talk to you guys, and work's not that bad. And I love work, so, you know, whatever. Oh, I do have bad news for you guys. I signed up for another play. That's right. On Friday, the Hale called and said, hey, we need another dresser for Tuck Everlasting. I thought about it. I came back to them and I said, okay, if I can do the shows on Friday and the shows on Saturday, I will be there. So that's 4 shows over the course of 2 days. Typically 1 on Friday and 3 on Saturday. Just, you know, so you go. So, play starts April 2nd. April 2nd, I believe, which means we'll go into Tech Week and Tech rehearsals in the middle of March. So you got about 2 more weeks of me before I might disappear off the face of the planet again. I hope this is not the case. Oh, hey, just bear with me while I do one thing so I can figure out, looking at myself in the viewfinder, looking at the camera. Viewfinder, camera. Viewfinder, camera. Okay, we've got that craziness taken care of. Hey, how about we look at the progress report. Okay, here we go. We'll start out with Santa's Village, which is my at-work, oh, come on, lay flat, my at-work lunch break project. So last week I had most of the sleigh finished, and I just needed to do all of the bags and the presents. Look, I did little lazy daisies for the bows on the presents, you guys. They're sloppy lazy daisies, but I did them. No, never mind my fingernail. I tried to do my nails this morning, and even though it's like some instant dry stuff, it doesn't instant dry fast enough so that when you're putting on your underpants and making sure that the waistband fits perfectly, it all rubbed off in a funny spot. So I need to get out the fingernail polish remover, take it all off, and try again. So maybe I'll do that while I'm doing the editing, is try to do the fingernails again. But ugly nails! Ugly nails! Okay, I finished off this block, did the presents, did the things, just took the bottom border over as far as I could with the flosses that I was using so I wouldn't have dangling flosses, and then I moved up to the reindeer stables and I put all of the garland in and the vast majority of the snow. And then today I did more snow. It was lots of snow today. And then I put the legs of the reindeer on. So that is what I got done on Santa's Village this past week. And I don't know, for some reason, getting to this point, right this minute today, I'm feeling excited about this project. So I'm feeling pretty good about taking it back to work and working on it a little bit more. So yay! That's, you know, fabulous instead of perpetually being absolutely tired of this project. But there you go. It's cute. It's wonderful. I'm liking it a lot. Great. Let's see. I need to fold it up so it fits back in the bag just well so I can take it back to work. Oh, I think cutting off the bottom half of that fabric so that it wasn't so heavy or cumbersome really, sorry, my bag tipped over, really helped things out a lot. I need to remember to put some bobby pins back in that project so that the bit that I hand roll doesn't unroll all the time like it likes to do. I'm going to have to lean all the way over here to get the next project because I piled too much stuff up on my desk. So, straighten this out. Here we go. This is all rolled up so you can't see it, but that's okay. Oh Holy Night Nativity. I started on Joseph this week, and I got him really quite a ways done. His head's done, and all these blank spots in here I think are a couple different colors of olivey drab greens. I started on the cow just because there were like 2 stitches of the brown up here in his beard, so then I just finished off the thread over there on Mr. Cow. So hopefully I'll finish up Joseph this week, and then I'll start in on, there's like a cow, a donkey, and a sheep. I really don't think I'll finish the cow, the donkey, and the sheep. I might finish the cow and start in on the donkey, but who knows. So that is progress on that project. Let's put that over here in the box. This is a pad one for traveling. I'll show you why. Okay, this doesn't have my address on it that you will see. So I keep this one in my Amazon box. The reason I keep it in the Amazon box is because this is how I have organized my flosses. They're all going to fall down and you won't see. But as you can see, each envelope has about 3 flosses in it, and I just keep a threaded needle in the envelope with the number and the symbol in it. And when I pull one out, I have my index card that I slide back in so I know where it came from. Super easy. And that is why... What just fell? Oh, I see. And that is why this is a terrible travel project, because I set it up and it takes lots of space. And there we go. Okay. Anyway, it takes up lots of space. It's a bad travel project. What are you doing, princess? I want y'all to know she's feeling much better. She thanks you for your kindness and concern for her wealth, her health. She does want to know why there has been no tribute paid. Princess. Okay, then the last cross-stitchy thing that I worked on is a chatelaine. It is called Kathy's Violets by Chatelaine. I guess I've repeated myself a couple times here. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the... Anyway, I have had this stitched up for quite a while, and I just needed to put it together. So I finally got around to putting it together. One interesting thing I did with this project is I used for, I would say, commercially available cotton flosses on it. Cosmo's not terribly available, but I just wanted to see how they all felt and compared, you know, one with each other. So let's see. This is the anchor corner. This is the Cosmo corner, and I always know which corner is the Cosmo corner just because it is a completely different color. And I think because it is a completely different color, am I pointing to the right corner? Yeah. Because it is a completely different color, I know which corner it is. Oh my goodness, I just repeated myself. I think I had a bad conversion, which is why all of these others are kind of the bluey purples, and this is more of a reddy lavendery purple. So that's the Anchor Cosmo. And then we come down here to the DMC corner, and then last is the Sllivans corner. Also interesting, worth noting, is that even though Sllivans claims to be a direct comparison, a straight substitute for the DMC, I found that there are some color variations in the purples. A couple of these purples are purpley blues are more purple than they are blue over here, so there's some differences down here in the Sllivans corner. Anyway, so stitched it up, did the things. The greens are also according to what they are. And then when I was sewing it up, I had received from a stitchy box, I guess it was a year ago, Valentine's Day. Anyway, they had a random mix of beads in one of their Valentine's, around Valentine's Levy, shipment. So I just used that and stitched those ends as I went around. Since I knew at the outset that I was going to make this into a biscornu, I didn't pull my eyelets very wide open so that the polyfill, the fiberfill, won't come creeping out of the eyelets. So there's that. I've pinned it all the way down. I usually, what I like to do is before I sew it together, I'll put like a little bit of a tiny circle of felt under here, and then start my my floss, and then sew the thing together and stuff it and close it up. And then I'll go back and forth to make the indentations, and then the last thing I do is I sew on the button. So the felt and the string are primarily holding it closed, so there's less pressure on the button. And I know that around here somewhere I have a couple of mother of pearl buttons that I think would be really pretty in the center of this thing, but I cannot find them. I tore my craft room apart yesterday looking for them. I went through the button box. I did everything I could trying to find the stupid what's it. So it's mostly finished, but kind of unfinished. Oh my gosh, guys, I almost finished something. Ah, miracles. Will miracles never cease? Depending upon your faith, the answer is no. Okay. Put that there. Let's set this aside. Okay, so that is our fun progress report. What do I want to do next, you guys? Let's think about it a minute. Oh, yarn. Since that's probably the second thing that I spent the most time on this week, well, let's do knitting. So, with Ginger Gerald and Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts, I finished my washcloth, the very first one. Woot woot. So excited. Got that done. Looks pretty good. My stitches are fairly even. On the increase, you can see it's sort of an elongated diamond, and that this one is a little stretched as opposed to this one. So when I'm doing my knit two together, it gets a little longer. So it's not perfectly square, but it's just a washcloth, so who cares? Right? Should be alright. And then most of the other things you do are like the asymmetrical triangle shawls, and so it doesn't matter there either. Where are we going to put this? I'm going to put this over here. Are you playing with the envelopes? I scared her. She's left. Okay, the next thing that I spent a bunch of time on is my hot pink shawl in a soup tureen. So this is the super simple bamboo shawl. Here, we'll go like this. So this, I put my stitch marker where I left off, and my stitch marker for where I started out. So that's where we went. Lots of fun. It's looking all right. I do weird things. I get mixed up sometimes. I don't know. I guess it looks all right. Looks all right. It's so funny because the cat is not really interested in the yarn, so that's That's fantastic, but sometimes she wants to sit on my legs while I'm knitting, so it's easier for me to deal with the cat when I'm knitting than it is to deal with the cat when I'm trying to cross stitch. So I think she likes it better when I knit as opposed to when I don't knit. So that is that for knitting. Now remember last week I showed you, well, actually active knitting. So last week I showed you the most beautiful yarn in the world that I had bought a giant skein of. Mom helped me cake it up. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it the most beautiful yarn you've ever seen? I love it so much. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a Yowza by Miss Babs in a limited edition colorway. I'm sorry, you can't. She'll probably dye something extremely similar to this, but it won't have the same name. So you just kind of have to keep an eye out for something that looks like a whole bunch of berry jams all blended together. It's so pretty. Anyway, so Mom had a copy of Brickless. So this is probably going to become this. Although I've been given the assignment to knit another washcloth that uses yarn overs, since yarn over is a new technique in this shawl that I haven't done yet. So I'm going to learn how to yarn over. I've got to do another washcloth. Got to do a washcloth, then I get to work on this. Except I kind of want to get that done too. So who knows? Eventually, right? This is the problem we all have for, oh good grief, where am I going to put it? This is the problem that we all have with having so much stuff that we want to craft, right? Right. So that is yarn. There's probably more yarn when it comes to stashy stuff. But, well, we're going to take a pause and then we'll get into just a little tiny bit of sewing silliness. So, been watching the yarn podcasts, as you do when you take on a new hobby. And so I've been watching Fiber Friends, which is Caroline's yarn podcast with her lovely compatriots. And at the beginning, they used a lot of drawstring bags. So I was watching along and I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. And then Caroline had mentioned that she was going to do a huge update in Evertotes this weekend, and so I thought, oh great, you know, maybe something will come out wonderful that I will love and I will buy. And so I waited and I watched and I waited and I watched, and only one drawstring bag, guys, and it was okay. Okay, somebody out there is probably going to love the drawstring bag, but it wasn't me. So I looked up some instructions on the YouTubes. I rummaged through my fabric stash, because I've been stashing to make project bags, and I made me a drawstring bag. Isn't it cute? It's super cute. The tutorial I had suggested taking 2 pieces of fabric that are like 15 wide and 30 long, and then you fold it in half and do the things. And I'm like, I haven't got that much, but I do have a lot of fat quarters. So, see, here's the inside. It's got snowflakes inside. It's got this cute coordinating fabric for the sleeve that the drawstring goes in. Boxed the bottom a little bit. So I only have 1 seam in it because I did do a fat quarter. So I did some thinking and math, because, you know, you have to do math when you do some stuff. Did some math and figured out that it was about the same size to fold the fat quarter in half the fat way. So the short, so it's long this way and short this way. So if you fold it in half, so the short way is your height, this is the short way, this is the long way. Anyway, like this. So I did that, sewed it in half, boxed the bottoms. I made a mistake. It was suggested that you box the bottom at 2.5 inches. I boxed the bottom at 2 inches. So it's fine. It's just kind of narrower and less square than I would prefer it to be. My giant cake of Yowza does not fit in it. I'm gonna have to make me another project bag. Oh no, horror. Anyway, I like it very much, and I think in the next one I'm going to put a patch pocket on the front with some of this stuff. Hardly used any of this stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to put a patch pocket on this one without sewing both the sides together, because that's kind of awfully narrow and not easy to get underneath the sewing machine. I mean, you do machine quilting, so I'm sure I could figure it out and roll this around, and anyway, whatever. Sewing silliness, I made a bag. Are we surprised? Probably. I was productive this week, you guys. I was so productive. Productive, productive, productive. Okay, let's put that over here, I think. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Stashquisitions is coming up next. I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to insert a little clip that I filmed last Tuesday, I think it was. I've forgotten what was in there because I've gone through my things and put everything away pretty much. So it'll be a surprise to me when I come back and I'm reviewing the film and going, oh yeah, that's what I did get last Tuesday. So here's insert clip. Hey guys, it's Tuesday. Let's do a mail call. Because no mail delivered on Monday and I just did a video yesterday. But it's fun to do a mail call and just slice them all together. So I had put an order into Knit Picks to get some nice cotton yarn so I can stitch right along with Gerald and Caroline off the Needle Arts and Ginger Gerald Stitcher. So you guys will never believe the colors that I bought. Cotton yarn so I can do dishcloths. Caroline recommended the dishy, so I bought 2 rolls of that because why not? So here is nice cotton yarn dishy. This is the Jewelry Box Multi colorway. It's got some nice purple and blues there. Anybody have any questions as to why I bought that one? Nope. Good. And then the second one I bought, which will probably be even less of a surprise to you guys, that one. Grape Purple Multi. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can make a herd of dishcloths. And then, because it seemed like a good idea, I picked up a shawl pin, because why not? And my mother has sent me a whole bunch of shawls, made me a bunch of shawls, so shawl pin, because why not? So that is what came in from Knit Picks. Next up, you guys know I belong to the Just Another Button Company Button of the Month Club. So, February? Yes, it's February. I was confused for half the night. I couldn't remember if it was February or March. Yeah, I know. We're in for a lot of trouble if I can't remember what month it is. So, the gorgeous art card this month is Sow Seeds of Kindness. Isn't that important now these days to always sow the seeds of kindness? Alright, let's see what beautiful buttons wait for us today. If I can get them out of the what's-its, the Whoosy-McCoosits. Woo! Nice and springy. So as per usual, we got 2 of the little tiny sprinkle packs. This one is Rose and this one is Baby Blue. Cute. We got a larger smoothie pack in the Rose colorway. Fun, fun, fun. And then, of course, all the handmade buttons with all the fun. There's cupcakes and flowers and more flowers. I think that bee is blue and a daffodil and fun stuff, right? Of course it's fun stuff. I bought it. I don't buy anything that's not fun. Why would you buy stuff that's not fun? Doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, then, so on Monday's video, I showed that I had bought a couple of stitch markers so that I could tell when I got to the one end of my my shawl that I would know this is the end to do the knit 2 together. So before that, on Thursday, I was hunting around because I'd come to the conclusion that I needed something to help me out because I couldn't figure it out all by myself. So I stumbled across, so I was looking on Etsy for stitch markers, and if you want to have a lot of fun, and there's way too much variety, and just, you know, all sorts of wonderful, amazing, brilliant stuff. So I stumbled upon Girl on the Rocks. And so she had a couple of stitch markers for the right side and wrong side of your fabric, of your knitting. So I thought those would come in handy. And then there's a stitch marker for center stitch. I thought that could be handy. Check it out. Knit Picks sent Princess a box. Cat butt. You comfortable? Guess so. So those are some fun stitch markers that I got there from Etsy. Girl on the Rocks. Look her up. I'm sure you can find her. And then I had to go to the Walmart to do some errands, buy some shampoo and some soap and little mini pizzas because I subsist on the little mini pizzas. Seriously, guys, you get a package of 4 pizzas for $2. It's not high brow food at any rate, but they're pretty good if you actually cook them in the convention oven, you know, put them in your oven and do it, not in the microwave. No, they're useless in the microwave, but if you cook them in an oven, it's pretty decent food, so I kind of subsist on those. I don't like to cook. I never have. Anyway, so that sidetracked right there. Of course, you have to wander around and look at everything, and so I picked up this little roll of Peaches and Cream cotton fabric for more dishcloths because I don't know why I've gone crazy. So any questions as to why I bought this colorway? 1, because it's purple. 2, because of the name. Pansy, right? Right. So there you have it. Then, as I had picked up my food and wandered through the clearance section of the Walmart, lemon cake for $1.50, my friends. It looks terrible because I'm the one that dropped it against the side of the thing there, so it wasn't like that when I picked it up. It's like that because I took a corner too fast and the cake fell over. So there we have it. I'm going to make me some dinner. I have printed up the pattern for the thingy, the washcloth that Louise has designed for all those who are following along with Ginger Gerald. So I think I'm going to jump into that and do some stuff and eat cake. Yummy, yummy cake. Alright, see you guys later. Fun stuff, right? I may not remember exactly what it was right this minute, but I know it was fun stuff because I bought it and I only buy fun stuff. So, anyway, oh, yarn. More yarn happened. I really have got to stop. Except Mom and I, oh, it's gorgeous. Mom and I have plans to go up to Salt Lake and visit a couple of yarn stores this week. So from Miss Babs, I ordered, she has a new base called Dulcinea. It's wool, cashmere, and silk. This is called Traveling Star. It's beautiful purples. Absolutely love it. Are we surprised? Not at all. Looks like everything else I've been buying. So, I smell something weird. Do you guys smell that? Hold, please. It's my downstairs neighbors. They're smoking with their windows open and it's getting sucked in through one of my exhaust vents. I hate the smell of smoke. It drives me nuts. Anyway, O Yarn, Traveling Stall, Dulcinea, love it. How many yards is this? 400? 800. Oh, 800 yards. I can make something shawl-like out of that. Because I'm totally into shawls. I have no desire to knit hats or sweaters. I want shawls and cowls. And scarves. That is what I want. Since yarn cannot travel alone, I bet you guys didn't know that, but it's true. Yarn cannot travel alone. So this is, open this up. This is Yummy 2-ply in, woohoo, this is Lilacs. It's kind of a darker purple. And this is Surpresa. It has this purple in it. And I've seen some beautiful shawls that sort of start, you know, one color at one end, but it's not like a fade, so it doesn't transition slowly. It's two definitely different colorways. So you'll do like a bunch of the, well, a bunch of the white, and then there'll be a couple rows of the purple, and then some more of the white, and then some more of the purple as it, you know, kind of goes along. Before long, at the other end of the shawl, it's more purple than the white. So it looks like a really great shawl pattern, mostly done in stockinette stitch, which is the little V's. I love the little V's, you guys. Oh, the little V's are so pretty. I love them so much. Anyway, so that is what I bought that for. Oh, shall I curl up surprises so you can see it? It does have some purple in it. There's a lot of brown and I guess a dark, well, a really dark purple. A little bit of navy. Each skein is different, so it's not quite the same as the picture on the website, but I'm not going to be mad about that. All computer monitors are different. All hand-dyed lots are a little bit different. So that, get in there, guys. So that is that. Uh-oh, stop it. There we go. There we go. Tuck that into there. Probably should leave that open so that it can breathe. Okay, put that over here. Cat toy. So there is that. Mail. Wonderful Jenny from Just Jenny. Jeannie. Girl, been so long since we've seen a video from you. She sent me a darling note. She sent well wishes to Princess. So her Royal Highness, oh, there she is. Where is she? Are you observing? Are you helping out? Are you doing the things? Don't eat the yarn. Alright, good cat. Anyway, she sent well wishes to Princess along with a lovely, beautiful note. And then another lady, Jenny. Definitely Jenny. Found this book and sent it out to me, and she even marked it with this flag because there were some beautiful pansy patterns in here. And sure enough, let's see, I've gone one page too far. There we are. So here, pansy patterns. Oops. Pansy patterns. And I think this is the last page of the pansies. So, beautiful, beautiful pansies. And then she included a beautiful, beautiful note. She doesn't do Flosstube videos. Part of her note was she did the Know Your Needleworker tag for non-Flosstube producers, and it was really fun to learn a little bit about her. And then she told me why Flosstube means so much to her, and it was really touching. And I cried a little bit because I have a soft heart, and the tears often flow freely. And that's just, you know, the way it is usually when I'm doing a video. I got it all put together so you don't see me cry on video, but I teared up a little bit. It was so sweet, and she's just so darling. So darling. And what is the cat doing? Cat's not doing anything. That's a relief. So, and then along with that was this darling little needle minder. So thank you very, very much, Jenny. It was very touching. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And the last thing to come in the mail is a punch needle pattern that has pansies on it. And in here is some of the fabric included so I can do the things. I've got the DMC floss conversion, or we could use the beautiful Valdani flosses. So, I know nothing about punch needle, my friends. What on earth was I thinking? I probably wasn't. It was probably just a day when I was crazy and, you know, you spend the money to fill up a hole in your life, and, you know, I know the shape of the hole in my life, and so I was filling it up. One day, I hope it'll work. Who knows? Anyway, absolute darling thing. So, I wonder if my bestie has... My bestie's a multi-crafter, and I swear she's tried almost everything under the face of this planet before I ever get around to it, and she's might have the tools for it. I'll have to ask her. If not, looks like I could use recommendations on a good punch needle. So, fun! So that's that's that. That's that. Cool. Is that all the mail and all the things? Well, I mean, it's all the fun mail. Dominion Energy sent me the gas bill, so, you know, I gotta pay that so I can keep the heat on. Why would you want to pay the bill to keep the heat on? I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. Let's shout out our floobies. Flooby dooby doo, dooby dooby doo dooby dooby, flooby dooby doo. Anyway, I'm in a mood today, you guys. And I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Okay, a couple of, well, there's a handful, okay, there's a bunch of you. You guys keep it up at this rate, I am going to lose track and get behind and never, ever, ever catch up on making sure that some people know that you exist. I'm so grateful to the rest of you Flosstubers who have taken up the call to arms and who are also shouting out all the new people that you find, all the underwatched channels. I feel that there are a lot of great people out there who are underwatched. I've got to start writing everybody's names down, but anyway, newbies. We got Hickety Pickety Funked Up Art. She is a multi-crafter and a mixed media artist, and she is just a fun lady. She's sort of like goes along, something doesn't work quite well, and she's like, well, we'll just make do, make it work, it'll be fine. She's, you know, probably a close related cousin to my grandma, who is a lot like that, because on a galloping horse, nobody will notice. Anyway, she was fun. I met Sunshine Jennifer Cook. She does a daily vlog sort of thing, quite reminiscent of EDS Warrior. She's a multi-crafter, so she's not always talking about cross-stitch. They're usually short, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not very long. Definitely hit or miss as far as it goes with the cross-stitch. There is Gigi in Stitches. It was a lovely mother-daughter. Okay, so the mom's the stitcher. The daughter is doing ASL interpretation, which is absolutely brilliant. Somebody still needs to tell me where I go to turn on the closed captions, because I haven't got a clue. I suppose I could remember to Google it and figure it out myself. Somebody remind me I need to Google captioning. Anyway, side check. Gigi in Stitches. She's working on the Christmas Sal from Lakeside Needle Crafts, among other lovely stitches. Alright, and then we have Stacy Noel, a multi-crafter as well. She shows off several of her whips. I kept all these really relatively short because there was a whole bunch of them, and I think I spent my entire day today watching all of these wonderful ladies. Flannel Jammy's Farm. I know she's been shouted out by several other Flosstubers. She starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag, and will show us all of her whips in a later video. And I think I saw her video today, and she does show us a couple things that she has been working on. The Backward Stitcher gives us a brief introduction, shows off all of her finishes, and one of which is just a beautiful flower project. And then I think I saw today that she had put up a new one, so she's up to 2. Next up we have Long Dog Stitcher. I know several of you have also shouted her out. She is Dog D-A-W-G. She shares her first stitch and goes on a little bit of history of stitching, and she does the Long Dog samplers. Surprise, surprise. Next up we have Cupcake Stitcher. Also, she starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag and then does a whip parade. Okay, and now I'm really embarrassed about this because Gulf Coast Stitcher I watched yesterday, Sunday, while I was working on finishing up my biscornu there. And my notes, I say I missed most of what she was talking about because I was tearing apart my stitching room, looking for those mother of pearl buttons. But I really enjoyed her voice and the tempo of her speaking, even though I have absolutely no idea what she was talking about, except it was cross-stitch related, and I wrote it down in my notes. Go check her out. Spy Stitch. She just shows off her hubby's homemade stitching frame. It was really short, 2.5 minutes. Hopefully she'll show us what she's actually been stitching on next time around. We have Stitching Haven. She comes from a long line of stitchers and crafters. She's working on the Ravenclaw crest, you know, the Harry Potter Ravenclaw, from Heaven and Earth Designs, and shares off a fun bit of haul. Cat Lady Stitcher is a very new stitcher, about 6 months, and she's hoping to use this as a document as her journey as she learns all the things. She does have some really cute cats, you guys, so all the cat lovers need to get over there and check out the cats. Sometimes I feel that it's Princess that's the real draw here at this show and not me. Never go up against children or animals when it comes to the acting world, right? Okay, and the last stitcher that I met is Romantic Tangle. I met her on Flosstube number 4. She doesn't label hers as Flosstube, so I think that's why I've missed her before. She's making good progress on her whips, and Stash Dive is her theme for the year. So those are our Floobies of the week. So go check them out, give them some love, give them some subscribes. Do the things, my friends. Do the things. Do you want to come here? Do you want to come over here? Do you want to come up? Huh? Come here. They all want to see you. Oh, I know. Here's Princess. Now she really doesn't want to be shown. Got a good view of her tail. Huh? Huh, Princess? Come here. Come here. Let me scratch your head. No? Not so much? We've just got news. Oh, it's almost a cat butt, but not quite. Turn around. Look over here. Or not. News. We have received a little bit of snow, which has been wonderful because we haven't had a lot of snow over the winter. But the problem with the snow is that I get to deal with the death stares. Let me explain the death stares. It's a 3-story condo building. They've got on the roof, they've got the wire set up so that it melts the snow off the roof, which is fabulous. Those work wonderfully. They've got a couple wires that run down the downspout that don't work. So the wires melt the snow at the top, the water runs into the gutter starts to go down the drain spout and freezes, drain spout's completely frozen, then the water just comes right over the top of the gutter and lands on the stairs that I use to get out into the parking lot where my car is. So about the bottom 4 or 5 steps are covered in ice. And the landscape company that we pay to remove the snow, they come out once, they sort of shovel, and they'll shovel the sidewalks, but this doesn't help with the death stares. That may be an ongoing issue for 3 or 4 days. Luckily there's lots of ice melt, and luckily I have great neighbors, and we've all been trying to battle the death stares. So whenever I leave the house, I get a handful of ice melt, you know, cling to the railing, carefully go down the death stairs, and sprinkle out my handful of ice melt so I can, you know, try not to kill myself as I get into the car. There's a bucket of ice melt underneath the stairs at the bottom of the stairs, so when I go up the stairs, get my handful of ice melt, cling to the handrail, sprinkle it out as I go up the stairs. So, my peeps, death stairs. One of these days I'm going to slip, break my leg, and I am suing the HOA for all they are worth for not hiring a reputable company to take care of the death stairs. I probably won't. I'm not really so happy. What else are we doing? On Friday it snowed 4 inches. Well, it snowed like this much. I had this much snow from here to here. This much snow on the top of my car when I came out of work, so I got to shovel off my car before I could come home. My feet were kind of wet and cold, but you know, that's just the way it is. We crafted. We watched a lot of the Olympics. I told you at the beginning of the show, top of the show, that the hail called, so I will be doing a play again. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I am hopeful that with me doing Fridays and Saturdays, the benefits to that will be that I should not be dead tired at work anymore like I was the previous show. I was just dead tired all the time. I'm hoping it's better. I hope that with the weekends being full of the play, even though I won't have, well, I'll still have 4 days. So 1 day will be for videos, 3 days, well, including Sunday, 4 days will be for crafting. I probably won't get as much done as I have been doing, but we'll see. It can only be good, right? It can only be good. So there you have it. I'm sure there was something else I wanted to talk about. I know there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. I just can't. I talked about not feeding the trolls. Don't feed the trolls, you guys. Just don't. Don't do it. I know it's tempting. Just don't do it. Don't feed them. Don't. Don't let them stir the pot. Just ignore. Move on. Cracks me up. Stitching Shadows, Andrea claims that she is going to pull out a piece and do it all wrong. She's going to grid with Sharpie. She is going to grid every, I don't know, like on 30s or 15s or whatever with a Sharpie. She's going to stitch, I want to see her stitch with a double pointed needle myself. Well, not a double pointed needle, you know, twin needles like you get in, never mind, I'm not making any sense. Anyway. She's going to tape the edges. That puts you all in a twist. She's going to start from the center and the corner. Living dangerously. What else do people have fits? It's a hobby, you guys. Chill. Let people enjoy their hobby however they best want to enjoy their hobby. Right? Okay. I fed the trolls even though I promised that I'm not going to feed the trolls. And so, with that note, I'm going to go feed the me. And maybe we'll go kill some trolls in the WoW. I haven't played WoW in a long time. Either I need to unsubscribe or get my pants in gear and gear up so I can do Antorus Burning Throne Raid here before it closes out. So I can get the pretty mount. Woo! Anyway, love you guys. Take care. Stitch what you want, how you want. And learn to math. Because if we're going to be talking about pet peeves, it's the posts that say, I have something that is X number of stitches by X number of stitches, and it says to stitch it on 14 count Aida. Can I stitch it on any other fabric here? The answer is yes. How big will it be? Learn to math. I know that's just my bitchy thing, is learn to math, people. It's not that hard. Love you guys. Bye.